Yeah, get it out your throat.
Get what out my throat?
You know what you're getting out of your throat.
What's in there, Chris?
I don't know. What's in there, Artie?
Yeah, you go ahead and tell me.
Welcome to the Twisted Dix podcast. We are back, episode 3. Now, this may be a little different. I don't know how it sounds for the Spotify viewers, but for the video viewers, it probably looks a little different. I am currently at my home. Artie is at his home, which is where we usually film. However, we're doing this week apart. Artie, do you want to explain that situation as to why that is?
I don't know if I should. It would be breaking hippo.
We're not breaking hippos. We're
So
go ahead.
We're separated right now because my daughter has COVID, and Chris is afraid he might get COVID.
Listen, all right. I've had too many close encounters. What with Brian the last time he was here, and visiting my family over the holidays. There was plenty of people who
didn't
had
Brian
it.
kiss you though? Didn't he give you a little kiss?
Yeah, and I was so paranoid that I was going to end up getting it off of him.
I remember that. I'll never forget that day because I was about to eat his contaminated rice.
You sure was. That was a sign from the good Lord above that
Absolutely.
You should not have eaten that rice. Explain that. Explain what happened with that.
I don't
because
remember.
that's actually really funny.
I don't remember what we were saying to Brian that was just like pissing him off. But like, so we had it was Brian, and was it Aaron that was with us?
It was so we all went to dinner. It was me, Jackie, which Jackie's over here off to the side.
Hi.
It was me, her, you, Brian, and Aaron, and
Right.
another person we're not gonna name.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, we're not gonna bring that up. But we all went to what is the place? Shogun's. Yeah, Shogun's, which is a hibachi place here in Memphis.
Right.
We all went there to eat, and of course, y'all had leftovers, which me and Jackie rode in my Jeep, and then y'all rode with Brian.
Brian and the unknown.
Yeah, the mysterious party.
The mysterious party. They both had leftovers, and it was Brian in the front seat driving, then it was Aaron, then it was me in the back seat with the unknown. Ooh, spooky. And so we had the unknown's food and then Brian's food in the center console. We were annoying Brian the entire ride. And he said, "I'm gonna slam on my brakes," and I was just like, "You ain't gonna do it."
I was behind y'all at that point too, wasn't I? I think I was like behind y'all.
I think you were ahead of us.
I couldn't remember because I know we kept trying to pass each other like the whole way back home.
Right, yeah. And then so I was like, "You won't do it," and he slams on his brakes immediately after I said that.
That's where you fucked up.
Rice went everywhere, like completely covered the back seat. So the unknown takes Brian's jacket and starts scooping rice out and throwing it outside. And
I wish I could have been in there for that.
So, the rice is all greasy and whatnot. So, Brian's jacket is just greased up. Riced up. And then the unknown sits on his jacket that was on that rice. So, and there was probably still rice in that back seat. So,
Probably still
Brian,
is.
Yeah.
Was it his actual car or rental car?
Yeah, was that his actual car?
Yeah, that was his actual car.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's definitely still rice in that car.
Ooh, hopefully not, 'cause that's going to be moldy.
Ooh, yeah. It's going to look like little maggots, probably. Like little dried up maggots or something. Anyways. But yeah, so, you were going to eat his leftovers. You were going to take them to your house, and you were going to eat them for lunch the next day. Well, come to find out, Brian had fucking COVID. So that was divine intervention is what I call it.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping you from eating that rice and getting COVID.
He said, "Hey, you don't want to eat that."
So you know what? We're going to do you a solid.
But you kissed him Or no, did he kiss you or you kissed him?
Uh,
Also cheating, by the way. I'm gonna tell Jackie.
she
Flag that
she
in
knows.
now.
I've kissed Billy on the lips before in
The only
front
one
of
who
her.
hasn't
Whoa,
is
whoa,
you.
whoa.
This isn't news. I told Billy
And?
I was going to kiss him on the lips the next time I saw him. And
you
he,
did it.
he told me, he kept hyping it up, and I kept telling him, okay, I'm going to do it. And then he told me, he was like, I'm honestly going to be disappointed if you don't do it. So then I had to do it. But no, Brian, I can't remember but it was only on the cheek. It wasn't on the lips. It was only on the cheek. I can't remember if he kissed me or if I kissed him, but one of the two. I don't know. He kissed Aaron, too. I know that.
Everyone's gonna be like, what is going
Hey,
on?
listen, we kissed the homies, all right? We kissed the homies.
No, we kissed the homies goodnight.
If I ain't seen the homies in a while, I'm giving them a little smooch, a little smoocherino, you know?
And Brian decided to make all of us, moonshine
Made
drinks,
all
so
of us alcoholic beverages.
just out here,
Yeah.
we're just drinking the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm. And somehow, amazingly, none of us got
None
it.
of us got it.
None of us came down with it, so we got lucky. But after that, I didn't want to come over tonight because this would be the time where I'm like, okay, I know he's been around it possibly. I'm just gonna fuck it and risk it, and then that would be the time where I get it when we have to move in a couple of weeks as well too. So, I'm not trying to, because
I totally forgot about that.
the last time we moved into my mother-in-law's house was when we got COVID. So
Does this trigger you?
do what?
Does this trigger you?
A little bit, PTSD, something. So I'm not trying to. It's no offense to Artie. I know, I'm sure he keeps a clean house, but I ain't trying to risk it. So that's why we're here on Discord. We're just doing like a little away thing. So hopefully it sounds okay. Hopefully it looks okay. It may just be like a little different. This isn't going to be the norm. This is just going to be like if something happens and I can't get to where we usually record, this is probably how we'll end up doing it. But for the most part, we're going to be coming over and, doing it in our little makeshift studio in his game room there. I do miss it with all the lights and the Jolly Roger hanging up there. But yeah. So, I know last week we kind of had a wrestling-centric episode, but there is a little something I want to get into involving wrestling. It's not going to be the whole episode this time, I promise. But it does have a little bit of a fallout from Royal Rumble. And it's been a kind of a big thing for like over the past weekend, but I don't know if you watched it, Artie. If you watched the clip that The Rock came back on Friday night on SmackDown. Dwayne The Rock Johnson came back with all his 18 pancakes eating beefed up looking self,
18 pancakes.
18 whole pancakes. That's how you...
A lot of syrup.
And steroids. But
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, the whole controversy, right? And I don't know if I call it controversy, but the whole spiel here. Cody, of course, won the men's Royal Rumble, right? And we talked about that last week. He had the whole thing at the end where he pointed straight at the Mania sign, pointed straight at Roman and said, "I'm coming for you," made it known he's going for Roman at Mania, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then Friday night, they hype it up. They have a whole thing where Roman is actually going to be on TV. First off, Mr. Part-Timer himself is going to actually show up on TV. I was waiting for a mean look from my wife, but she's ignoring me. She's a big Roman Reigns fan. But anyways, he was on TV, and Cody was supposed to be making his decision, in air quotes, as to if he's choosing Seth or if he's choosing Roman, which everybody believed, pretty heavily, he's going Roman without a doubt. He comes out, makes his whole case in front of Roman, talking about, on Monday, Seth had apparently made a case trying to get Cody to fight him. Back up a little bit. On Monday Night Raw, Seth was making a case trying to get Cody to fight him at Mania for the title, claiming that was like the workhorse title or whatever. And Cody was like, "Oh, you make some good points. I'll think about it. Whatever."
He talks just like that.
Yeah, just like that. You know.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
I didn't hear him
he
talk
looks like
that.
Homelander, but he talks like a homeless guy. You know. So, anyways, he comes out Friday, and he's supposed to be making his decision. And he talks to Roman about the whole case that Seth brought up and everything, this, that, and the other. Well, then he talks about finishing his story, which has been the whole storyline that they've been building for like almost 2 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since he won last year's Rumble, main evented last year's Mania, and lost against Roman. This has been like a whole, I say 2 years, it's really only been a year, but this whole year that's been him finishing his story. He's built up this whole thing. He's not giving up, not backing down, whatever. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, yeah, I'm going to finish my story, but not at WrestleMania. And everybody's was just like, what does that mean? Like, are you just going to... Because everybody who knows anything about wrestling, Roman, well, I say everybody, but most of the hardcore fans know, Roman's not dropping that title at anything other than WrestleMania.
Right.
That is the only place he's losing that title.
You got to lose big.
Exactly. It's the grandest stage. He's been dominating the roster for the better part of almost 4 years now. That's the only way he's... Shut up and color over there.
Coloring.
So anybody who really follows the product knows he's not losing at anything other than Mania. Right. So it's just really confusing because me personally, I thought he was going to try to challenge me at like Elimination Chamber or something. And I'm like, that's dumb because we just know he's going to lose. He's like, Cody is going to lose that match because Roman is not dropping the title at Elimination Chamber. Really? So it was weird. And then all of a sudden, of course, he says, Cody looks at him and he's like, I've taken a little counsel myself from someone who knows you real well. And then, of course, like you just hear like that silence over the crowd before they're about to lose their minds. And then, of course, you hear, if you smell, whatever, and the place loses their shit. Absolutely goes bonkers.
And he just starts throwing pancakes at everybody.
Just throwing pancakes. Small children are getting beamed. They're calling in ambulances because, he's got like a 50-inch bicep, But anyways.
Lots of syrup going everywhere.
So he comes out. He does this whole, playing to the crowd, being The Rock like usual. Place is losing their mind. He gets in the ring. He shakes Cody's hand, and he whispers something in Cody's ear for like the longest time. Stage. Yeah, basically he's like, "All right, kid, get the fuck out. Pack your shit. You're done. Look at me. This is my story now." So he does the whole thing, and then Cody gets out of the ring, and you can just tell, like, just looking at Cody. Because obviously everybody knows what this means. He's giving up his, like, he's probably going to challenge Seth, which, whatever. But that's not what we want from this. We want the finish to the story. That's what they've been building for a year, So, like, Cody just looks absolutely dejected and just gets out of the ring. And then The Rock and Roman just have, like, a stare down, and then the show goes off the air. It was also, like, just a stupid way to end the show. Like, you're not going to give The Rock a chance to, like, talk at all. It was dumb. Like, at least give him something to say. That dude ran the 90s, or late 90s, early 2000s with a mic in his hand, and you're just going to have him just stare down? Like, it was wild to me. That was on Friday night. That whole weekend, from Friday to Monday, that entire weekend, X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, blew up. Hashtag We Want Cody was the top trend for like 72 straight hours from this whole shenanigans, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's crazy because, and like somebody on Reddit said it the best. It's crazy to think that the match that we wanted, that we were begging for, being The Rock versus Roman,
Mm-hmm.
now is gonna be probably one of the most hated matches in recent history.
I guess you're gonna find out. But do you really think The Rock's gonna win? Like, isn't he done wrestling?
I see.
So why
I don't
would-
know, because so this whole thing, because he's on the board of TKO now. He has a chair on the board
He took.
of TKO, which is the group that owns UFC and WWE. That's their like combined thing, is TKO. So he is on the board of directors for WWE, essentially. So he's not retired from in the ring. He hasn't like officially hung him up. But the really shitty part about this was when he started on the board back in like early January, like beginning of January, well before the Rumble was ever even a thing, like, you know, well before it taking place, because a lot of people were speculating that this whole Cody Rock thing was just because CM Punk got hurt, and he actually had surgery. His surgery was successful, but he's not going to be back until, you know, summer, early fall maybe, at, you know, worst case scenario. So he's out. And everybody was like, oh, well, they're just doing this Rock Cody scenario so that way Seth has something for Mania. You know, they just had to like call an audible, whatever. No.
They definitely could have went a different path with that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This whole plan, this scenario we're in right now, this bullshit ass timeline we're in right now, has been the plan since The Rock first took his seat in early January, before the Rumble ever even happened. So everybody's like baffled. If that's how you knew this was going, why book Cody to win the Rumble? Just to have him give his spot away to The Rock.
Honestly, I just want to see what their plan is here. Like what?
Yeah,
they plan on
I
doing
mean,
with it.
there's a lot of people holding on to hope that it's all a swerve, that it's just one big work, that, you know, something's gonna happen to The Rock and Cody's gonna like step in last minute and be like, "I'm Homelander. I'm here to save the day and take the title off this mean tyrant."
And I brought
you know?
waffles.
Yeah.
Not pancakes.
So I don't know where they're gonna go with it, but everything I've read in the dirt sheets right now, the plan is at this moment, it's Rock versus Roman at Mania. And
We're just gonna have to wait and see.
the WWE universe is not happy about it. They had a dark event, which is a non-televised event, and it was actually in Knoxville, funny enough.
It's
over the
probably not
weekend.
televised because it is dark. You can't see anything in there.
Hold on, I can do this now. I can do this.
Wait, no.
Can I?
Nope.
I can. Where is it?
No.
Oh, I can't use it in here. I can do that though. Anyways, so they had a dark event in Knoxville where they were showing the packet, like the clip.
How did I not get invited?
What do you
Am I
mean?
not dark enough? Am I not dark enough for the dark event?
No. You didn't quite make the cut, big dog.
It's not fair.
So, but they aired the package of like the clip of what happened on Friday of The Rock coming in, yada yada yada, and somebody recorded it on Reddit and posted it. But when they showed The Rock coming in, or like showed it on the package on the Titantron or whatever, they started booing The Rock. And,
oh wow!
Like bad. I'm talking. He hasn't been booed that bad since like the late '90s. That's how bad it was. He hasn't been booed that bad in a long time. So everybody is full on. We want Cody clap, clap,
Full
clap,
on
clap, clap.
friendship.
You know, full on friendship. That's right. It was so bad, which I'm kind of disappointed in the wrestling community for this. But people started sending his Rock's daughter, who is the general manager of NXT, started sending her death threats. It's that bad.
Why is that always what we do when we don't like anything? Let's.
I
say we're
don't
gonna
know,
go
dude.
kill
Like
him.
it's
What?
I don't understand how people think that's the solution. Like I'm gonna unalive you if you don't. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, so that's the whole situation with The Rock. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, and people
it's
don't
pancakes.
like it.
Oh, they don't
People
like
think
pancakes.
he's burning whatever he's cooking. They are not about it. But speaking of crazy fans, these Taylor Swift fans.
I don't know. I don't know if we can talk about her.
Why? Are
It's
we
like
gonna
a
get death
cult,
threats
man.
from the
It's like a
Swifties?
cult, man. Listen, the only Swiffer I use is on my floor.
And you do it pretty swiftly, don't you?
You like
Boo!
what
You suck. How
But anyway.
packed do you think because the Super Bowl's this weekend,
Right.
and you know her man's
Are they
in the
there
Super
for
Bowl.
the game or are they there for her?
That's what I'm saying. How many Swift fans do you think is going to be there, just filling the stadium just because she's there, and not even care about the game?
And she's not even performing.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, she's not even performing. She's just there to
Who's
watch her
performing?
man's.
I don't remember. Who's performing?
Who else performing? Usher. Reba.
yeah.
Isn't Reba
She's
performing?
at the pre-show.
Oh, so she's doing the pre-show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Usher
what I
got
thought you were
the
saying.
beat to make the booty go clap. I'd fuck that all up. But yeah, so Super Bowl's this weekend, but I don't know. I sent you the video of the stuff from the Grammys with Taylor Swift.
I did.
Well, yeah, Jackie did to do your research, but everybody's
that's
talking
wild.
about this whole do what?
That what she did was kind of wild.
See, okay, here's my opinion on it.
Explain it
Let me explain what happened. So the Grammys were this past weekend. She was nominated for Album of the Year, right? Isn't that what it was?
One of them.
Well, one of them.
I wonder if
The
my
main
Grammy was
one
there.
that we're talking about. Nominated for Album of the Year. She'd won a couple of other awards the night earlier that night. Well, Celine Dion, who is an absolute legend in the music industry, let's be honest.
A stiff legend.
Do what? Did you say a stiff legend?
Interesting.
We're not going to touch that one. Anyways, she was presenting the award, and of course Taylor won it. And you know she's getting all excited, hugging all her people, going up the stage. Well,
Right.
she's hugging everybody on stage, and then she goes and she takes the award from Celine Dion. Doesn't really like full on acknowledge
her.
that it's Celine Dion.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
When you see people getting their award, do they not either shake hands or hug? Acknowledge who they got the award from?
Yeah, they do. That's the typical. I mean, I've never gotten an award for anything because I'm mediocre and will always live my life like that. But typically that is like the
Live higher,
etiquette. That
You know what?
typically
We're gonna
is
have
the
a ceremony.
etiquette.
We're gonna have a ceremony. I'm gonna give you an award.
You gonna give
I'm
me an
make you
award?
feel better.
What's the award gonna be for?
For being an idiot. All right, let's go.
I'm there. Anyways, so yeah, typically you do when you accept the award, you shake hands, hug,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
You
You acknowledge the other person, thank them,
Acknowledge me.
whatever. Well, she didn't do any of that, and everybody, like, the whole internet is in just this huge tizzy over all of it, right? My thing with it here, I think it's being blown out of proportion. Let me preface this.
It always is.
Let me preface this with I am 100% not a Taylor Swift fan in any sense of the word. I cannot stand her music. I think it's derivative. That's why you're definition. Sitting. Do what?
That's why you're sitting.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I'm doing this one alone. Get him out. But her music is just derivative. It's very it's white bread, basic.
White bread.
It's just not, it's not for me. And that's fine, whatever. But her fans, of course, think she's the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. So, I don't know. But
actually, it would be Jesus Christina.
Hey. So she doesn't really acknowledge her, but my thing with it is I genuinely think, and I know this isn't her first Grammy. I know she knows what she's supposed to do. But I genuinely think from the video that I saw, the clip, she just got caught up in the moment. Probably slipped her mind a little bit, She's just excited. She got her people up there. She, got this huge award. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's all it was. I think the internet is just being the internet like it always is. They don't have anything else better to do, and they're just blowing it out of proportion.
I mean, in the video that I saw, didn't she say that she was hugging her backstage?
Yeah, there was something like backstage. She met up with her, and they got a picture together too of them.
Okay,
like what? Those friends oh, hey, friend, I'm going to take a picture with you now. That's
See, she's one of the ones that's getting all bent out of shape about it.
Jackie, don't be a shape.
But I think it's the whole thing's just blown out of proportion. I think it's just human error. Granted,
it's not all that, though. Like I said,
yes, there was other things.
Her speech.
But again, so there was the other thing that's getting brought up that she's bringing up, that there was this whole thing about Lana Del Rey, who was in the category with Taylor for the album of the year, that she's essentially a loser in this sense, because Taylor won it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying she lost that category, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And she, the internet, of course, is like, oh, well, Lana clearly didn't want to go up there on stage, and she's dragging her up on stage, and it's super uncomfortable and awkward, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, it's her friend. She just wanted her homie up there. And she even, even in her speech, hold on, let me talk. Even in her speech, she gives her, props. The women in the industry wouldn't be anywhere with the things that she's done, and, she's giving her flowers, I feel like. I don't feel like she's doing anything you're all horrible or whatever, and trying to shame and make her feel bad or nothing. I mean,
I'm not doing that, but you can clearly see that Lana Del Rey is uncomfortable with going up there, and she should have been okay, nah,
well, I mean, I felt like she was just trying to support a homie. I think.
Nah.
And that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Homies.
We out here. We with the homies. We for the homies.
Octavius, what do you think of that subject?
Yeah, what's your opinion on that? I mean,
well, I don't
that
think
you saw.
From the videos, I mean, honestly, she always show a little bit of respect, especially if you're gonna be out in public. You're getting an award, you're receiving an award. When you graduate, when you get your documents or whatever they're called. I didn't go to college.
I didn't go to college.
What do? You shake their hand, you take a picture, you get the heck off the stage.
And then you flip them the bird.
Yeah, no, you don't do that. That's you're not getting your diploma now.
See, that's my thing. Everybody's treating it like she. Granted, yes, was it the wrong thing to do? Probably. It wasn't the etiquette, but everybody's treating it like she just straight up went "fuck you, Celine Dion," and just flipped her the birds. Stone Cold Steve Austin grabbed a couple beers, smashed them, chugged them, and just walked off.
I think if she did that, the internet wouldn't care.
I honestly, I might become a little bit of a Taylor Swift fan if she'd have done that, because Stone Cold, I'm with some Stone Cold Steve Austin, so fuck fear, drink beer. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I just think it's a whole thing. It's being blown out of proportion for sure.
Of course it is.
Yeah, internet doesn't have anything else to do.
Can't wait for that apology. I'm sorry I didn't give you a hug or shake your hand.
Yeah, it'll be all over Twitter. When was the Grammys?
That's the other day. That's why she took the picture backstage, because she felt bad, and then she did that.
Yeah, well.
Wow, your wife is just really mad about this situation.
She's the one who brought up this topic. She was like, it's what everybody's talking about right now, and I'm like, I mean, I guess I'll give an opinion on it, but that's about as far as I'm going into that topic. I don't really give two shits. I don't care about like the Grammys. They don't do any of the music that I care for anyways, so I mean,
it's because they're not, it's not your type of music.
It's not my music. It's all like
21 Pilots won a Grammy for
21 Pilots is the only. That's like the only artist that has won a Grammy in the past, I don't know how long, that I give two shits about.
Because you don't watch the Grammys.
Exactly. Because it's all a sham anyways. It's just Hollywood being Hollywood. I mean, I don't care nothing about that. Speaking of music, though, while we're on that topic, and this is partly her fault, too.
You're welcome.
I have been obsessed with a band
ears.
lately called Sleep Token. Have you ever heard of them?
I haven't.
Yes,
you've probably heard us play it for sure.
Okay, well sing me something. Serenade to me.
Not happening on video recording. But I definitely recommend them. I've been super obsessed with them lately because she's the one that got me hooked on them to begin with, but I'd only heard like a couple of their singles, and like they were good, and I wouldn't. It was like one of those songs that came up on my playlist. I wouldn't skip it. I'd listen to it, but then I went back and actually, funnily enough, it was while I was in the office last week. I was playing music while I was working, and I just was getting bored of my playlist. I wanted to listen to something new that I hadn't heard yet, so I actually just went to their playlist. I have been absolutely obsessed. I've been playing them nonstop since I listened to them last week. I've listened to their whole discography, which they've only got they've got 3 full albums, and then they've got like 3 EPs, I think is what they're called, where it's only like 2 or 3 songs on each like disc. But I've listened to all of that, and it's all phenomenal. It is a great band. I definitely recommend them.
Yeah, I'll go give it a listen.
Add that to your repertoire. Who you been listening to lately? What you been listening to?
The same people. The Weeknd, Post Malone.
Yeah.
You do love some Posty.
Well,
You all about
Absolutely. Don't care what genre he sings. You already know. I want to meet him. I want to shake his hand.
I want to see that fucking Magic the Gathering card he bought. The Lord of the Rings set. Where
you probably won't ever see that.
Yeah, no. If it was me, that motherfucker would be locked up in a fucking safety deposit box
probably
somewhere.
Won't see that.
He spent like what, $2 million or something like that to get that fucking card.
I don't know. I know it was a lot.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
And
that's a lot to spend on a card.
Post Malone is performing America the Beautiful at the Super Bowl.
Oh, is he?
Really?
I didn't know that.
Reba is singing the national anthem. Post Malone is singing America the Beautiful.
Are you coming over to watch the Super Bowl? Or
No, he's going with Renee.
oh, y'all doing something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you in a new little relationship. Look at you. Y'all doing relationship shit.
And
Yes.
Andrea Day.
Very
Sorry,
beautiful.
any of the lady listeners. He's spoken for now.
Absolutely.
Whoever Andrea Day is.
I don't know who Andrea Day is. I'm trying to find how much he bought this card for. Post Malone he purchased the one of a kind card for $2 million. So yeah, I was right. He bought
$2 million.
this card off of this kid for $2 million. It was the Lord of the Rings set. They literally printed. I'll put a picture of it up, but it's the One Ring Magic card, and it's literally a one of one. There's no other card of this that exists ever in existence. It is one card, and that's it. And some kid pulled it in Canada, I think, and yeah. Post Malone, which he's a big Magic the Gathering nerd, he bought it for $2 million fucking dollars.
I wonder if it came with some maple syrup.
But it just ruined the card. It'd make it all sticky.
I wasn't gonna put it on the card.
Well, then why would it come with maple syrup?
Because they're from Canada.
He went to Canada to get it. $2 million for a card, that's a lot. Like that's me. Like I got a printer back here. I'm gonna print one thing, and there it is.
There it is. That's a one of one. It's the only thing that exists, and it costs $5 gajillion.
Right.
Come buy it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start printing money.
There you go. Wait, that's illegal.
Monopoly money.
Monopoly money. There you go.
Yeah.
I wonder how much each individual piece of Monopoly money, how much it's actually worth.
Probably nothing.
I mean, it's on paper, so it'd have to be like worth.
I mean,
something.
that's true. You buy it. Well, technically, you buy the whole game, so technically, it has to be worth something.
See, that's the only way to get Monopoly money, unless
but like, who plays that
print it
anymore?
yourself,
It just destroys friendships and families.
Yeah, Monopoly is banned in my household. We can't play Monopoly when we go back home. When we go home to visit family, that is on the blacklist. Like, we cannot play that. It is banned.
Apparently, it's just banned everywhere because I'm just like, hey, you want to play some Monopoly? And everybody's like, oh no. You want to play it with?
Well, you have not played with my stepfather, Steve.
Okay.
He is ruthless. He is bloodthirsty. That's why you and him get along so well.
Wait, you're saying I'm ruthless and bloodthirsty?
Yeah, I've played deception games with you. I know how you are.
You won't play them again.
Nope, you're ruthless and you're a great liar, which I don't know. I still question our friendship.
What do you mean we play these games? You mean I'm a great murderer? Yeah.
Yeah, let me look under your floorboards.
Don't do that.
Does that house got a secret basement we don't know about? I know it's got an attic. Has it got a basement too?
I mean, if you find out about it,
I'm gonna see it personally.
I'm not gonna keep going. I like you guys.
Just remember, this is all recorded, so if anything ever happens to me...
Well, technically, it's not live, so...
But it's recorded. This will hold up in a court of law, fucker.
You're safe for now.
There was something else I was going to say when we were talking about Posty. I don't remember what I was going to talk about. Talking about The Weeknd, Post Malone. I don't remember. I was gonna segue into something, but I've forgotten it. Oh! It was actually about Sleep Token, because they were supposed to play at the good old Blue Ridge Rock Fest this past year that you went to.
I thought we left the past in the past.
No, the past is never in the past. It's always getting dug up. Why don't you tell us about that fun experience?
I don't even know if I want to. It weighs heavy on my soul.
You spent money on that.
12. Was it 12 hours? Was it a 12 hour? I think it was like 12 or 13 hours.
It was from here to, because it was in Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 12 hours, 12, 13 hours, somewhere around there.
Yeah, the only good thing about that trip is I went to the beach and got sunburned.
I'm
Nice
going to
and
leave
red.
that one where it is. So you went, and didn't see hardly who'd you even see play?
Dude, it was so bad. I don't even remember. Like it,
because it was supposed to be stacked. Jeff Hardy was going to be there.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to see. I
Jeff
wanted
Hardy.
to see him. Yeah, the only thing I saw, rain. Dude, oh my goodness.
Nothing but rain.
I'll never go back ever again for this exact reason. So the showers, right? You have to buy a shower token. And
No, the band is called Sleep Token, not Shower Token.
Shut up. So you have to buy a shower token, right? So we buy it, and the next day, I'm going to take a shower, and it's just a huge line of people. Just the women are moving faster than the men. Wild.
Gotta get in that undercarriage, dog. You gotta, you gotta get up in there. Some high maintenance shit.
The people that are like watching over the whole thing, it's about to rain, and it's about to rain like horribly. So they're like, "Hey, we're about to shut this down," and because
the showers
it's about to, yeah,
because of rain.
No, it was bad. It was getting bad. Like,
yeah, that was the hurricane. That's right. Yeah, I forgot.
So I'm standing in line, and they're like, "Yeah, we're about to close this down, so everybody's gonna have to leave." And so they leave, and they come back and they say, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna leave them open, and it's just up to you at this point." So they leave. They said the storm's like a mile out. I'm standing in line. I need a shower. Like, I've been sweating. Yeah. So females just in and out. The males are just taking forever, and I'm just, what are you doing in there? So the guy behind me, he's like, "Yo, stop being your dick, and let's go." Okay, so
go find a bush to beat off in. Free up the showers.
Pouring down rain, and I can't see a thing. I'm blind because like the stuff that's in my hair is just seeping into my eye sockets, and I'm just like,
oh, dude, that sounds fucking terrible.
So I had to like take my shirt off. So I'm almost naked, and I'm trying to cover my I'm trying to cover my towel because it's about to get soaked. So I finally get in there, right? It's like this big in there.
Oh, dude. No.
I get in there. Oh. It is so filthy. Like, I couldn't touch anything. My mind, I can't even get it out.
So you were essentially standing in like a fucking linen closet. Like,
yes.
A dirty ass linen closet.
People next to me just, it was disgusting. It was a horrible time.
You just hear a whole lot of meat slapping from people beating their dicks?
No.
Dude, when you said how small those showers were, that physically made me want to vomit. I'm broad, okay? I have big shoulders. Just like the inability, I'm claustrophobic as fuck too. So like just thinking about being in there and not able to like maneuver how I need to maneuver makes me actually want to throw up.
The shower, it got real cold. Got real cold real fast. There was dirt everywhere.
You should have just grabbed some soap and showered in the rain.
Honestly. And then when I got out of the shower, it was still raining. So there was no point in the shower. I was getting showered on. It was a horrible time. I'll never go back unless I have an RV. That's it. That's the only way I'm going back, because if I have to shower with those filthy animals again,
those filthy animals.
Filthy animals. It was, dude, you don't understand how dirty it was.
See, I've never been to any kind of fest. I've been to concerts. I've never been to like a festival, like a multiple day thing. Cause y'all Y'all went for how many days? Y'all were supposed to go to it?
I don't remember how many days it was, but the first day, it got horribly rained out and stuff was just flying everywhere, so they had to, yeah. But after that, I mean, we only day one. We were only there for a day, and then the next day it got rained out again.
Damn.
So they were like, okay, are we gonna continue to
What
play?
do we do?
Yeah. So we just decided to leave. We went to North Carolina and then went to the beach.
Yeah, I know. Like I know I saw on TikTok because that was like a huge thing on TikTok whenever that was happening. People were posting videos because it.
I forgot what band the stage got struck by lightning and just destroyed all of their stuff, but
yeah, I heard about that, but I felt bad, but at the same time, because that was also when you went was the week that Shaggy came to visit, and you were basically like, "Hey, I'm leaving." You didn't get back until he had already left, and so like the whole time I was sitting there scrolling because Shaggy was staying with us. Shaggy's our friend we play online with all the time. He's in the Air Force, so he comes and visits when he can. And he was staying here, and that whole week I was just scrolling through TikTok and just seeing like all this awful shit. And I couldn't help but just look at my phone and be like, Artie's in that right now.
Oh, you're a freaking terrible friend.
You love me.
Well, it wasn't even just the showers. It was the terrible management.
Yeah, like that whole it was like they didn't have enough food for people and the bathroom situation. It was just a whole clusterfuck. Like it was. Just...
I never used a porta potty. Those are so filthy.
No, I don't like using the thought of using a porta potty anyways. Even just to pee, I'm like I just feel like I'm walking into a cubicle of germs.
A cubicle.
Yeah.
And then who knows if somebody's just like, let's go push that guy down.
Right. And then you just got shit. Just a mixture of shit all over you.
When I get out, you better not be around me.
That's Vince McMahon's fetish, so I don't know. He may be into that, so I don't know. But
yeah, no, I'm not using. I'd rather not use a porta potty. I'll go pee out back behind some.
Hey, I piss outside as much as the dog does, so why not?
I don't even. If I was a woman, I'm out there.
Copping squat.
They have made stuff for women where that's easier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shiwi.
The Shiwi, yeah. But yeah, like I've never been to a festival, but just the thought, even if it is like a well-renowned, well-run festival, just the thought of going and doing all that for that, like multiple days in a row, at most, I would only go for a day. Like I would go, do things for a day, and then I'm coming back home that night. Staying out there and just doing all that.
The concept, I like the concept because you're camping. You brought food to cook.
No.
That's cool.
No.
Not the showers.
Not the showers.
Not the showers.
I'm kind of like you. I may about the only way I would do it is if we had.
If I have an RV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's because I'm too old to do the whole roughing it. I've done the sleeping outside in nothing but a tent and a sleeping bag. I've done all that. It's not for me. I am not that guy, pal.
Yeah, we came back to the tent, just rain in there.
Just it was basically a swimming pool. Just
yeah.
That sounds fucking terrible.
Such a fun time. 10 out of 10 would never do it.
Would never do again. Yeah. So I don't know. I just don't think I can handle a festival, and that sucks too because a lot of the bands that like I want to see, most of what they do are festivals. Like they do these gigantic, festivals that are multiple day things and whatever. And then of course I look at it and I'm like, okay, well the bands that I want to see are literally every other day. So I'd have to pick one that I'd absolutely want to see. And then I just feel like I was missing out, but I couldn't. I don't think I could do a festival.
Hopping from stage to stage.
Yeah. I'll stick to my concerts. I'll stick to
And the comfort of air conditioning.
yeah, indoors in my safety bubble.
But you don't like nature, Chris?
Nope, I am not.
Yep.
I am not an outdoor man.
You saw that.
You don't
when
like-
we went to Gatlinburg.
You don't like sleeping next to people in their tent?
Dude, when we went, no, because speaking of that, we went, the last time I camped outside was when we went to Float the Buffalo this was back when we lived back in Martin. We went after work one night, right? Didn't we go up there that night?
Yep.
So we worked a second shift at a manufacturing plant building lawnmowers. So we are doing this hard physical ass manual labor all night from like 3 in the afternoon to like midnight, right? And then we get a couple of our friends back there like, hey, we're gonna go this weekend. They're having a big thing where like a shit ton of people are going and kayaking, down the Buffalo River. You want to go? Sure. So we do that. No real planning on our part, and whatever. We just went and we grabbed an extra change of clothes and just went. Didn't plan out any kind of food, nothing, because what we were told was they were gonna cook after, because we were gonna get there, sleep, get up, go float, sleep again, come home. Right?
We had some food. We had Lunchables.
Yeah, we had Lunchables, but that was the
That's
plan.
water.
So we go, which getting out on the water was the funnest part. I love kayaking. Kayaking, like on a river, so much fun. If I had more places around me near here within driving distance to do that, other than Shelby Lake or whatever that place is, I'd go do it.
You mean Shelby Farms?
Shelby Farms, you know what I mean. I don't ever go out there. Shut up. Anyways, there's a lake out there. I know that much. But I loved doing that. That part was fun. The getting there, finding a tent, and squeezing in between these people that are crammed packed into a fucking tent. Miserable. Trying to sleep in there. Just fucking like a bunch of sardines, just like this. Just
To
fucking
be fair,
crammed up.
Bet you kept warm,
that
though.
wasn't our fault. It was our buddy's fault. He's like, we have a 6-person
Yeah.
tent. It's so huge, blah, blah, blah.
That
There's
was-
like a
yeah.
2-person tent.
They told us that they had like a 6 to 8 person tent, and it was not. At most, it could fit like 4 people, and we had 6 people crammed in that bitch. It was we were all on top of each other. It was awful. That was the trip where my friends, I'm not gonna say last names, but I can say first names. Aaron and John, they were a couple of guys that I used to work with. Aaron was built like he was, he wasn't like just skinny nothing, but he was a lot smaller than John. John was just this big burly, always worked out motherfucker. They were both in college, and so they had a cooler packed full of beer. They were gonna just be out drinking all day. They got a canoe. They didn't get a kayak. They both rented a canoe, so they got this big ass metal fucking canoe out on the water. And they start out, Aaron's in the front, giving her beans, hauling ass. John's back there, pulling his weight, doing his shit. Well, they get out before us. They get a good ways ahead of us. Of course, they're just drinking all fucking day. Just knocking them back, right? Me and her get on our little kayaks that we borrowed from our friend Tabitha. And so we're just kind of enjoying it. Taking our time, looking at, enjoying the scenery. We catch up with Aaron and John. And fucking Aaron is just, again, he's just giving it everything he's got. Just fucking going. And he's just screaming. Oh, you see Zero. Zero just made a little appearance over there. He's just giving it everything he's got. Just fucking going. And you can see he's struggling. John, he's like screaming, "What the fuck are you doing, John? What's going on? Why is this so hard? Whatever." And John is back in the back of the canoe, fully laid back, horizontal, but he's still paddling. He's just not even touching the water, just hitting straight air, just giving it all he's got because he got too fucking drunk, and he didn't realize he wasn't hitting water anymore. So he had to stop, get them fucking pulled over. Then they flipped their canoe. Whenever they were trying to go back, they flipped their shit. We had to go chase their cooler down the fucking river. It was a whole ordeal. It was fun as shit, but man, I got my exercise that day. It was a time.
At least you didn't get rained on.
No, we didn't get rain on. It was a beautiful day out there. It was a beautiful day. Yeah, we got burned as shit, but I mean, you know, I'm part Ukrainian, so that's nothing new here. She's mostly Irish, so that's kind of what we do.
Redhead.
The sun is our natural enemy. All right, well, we're about at that hour mark, so I say we get this one on the books.
Well,
Let's call that an episode, unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah, I got something written down here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, so
That is a look,
stuff.
by the way.
Yeah.
I hope you know.
Huh?
For the audio listeners, check out the video on YouTube at Twisted Dix Podcast.
Anyways, shut your mouth. I'm working here. So I got some questions that I want you to answer. Okay, you know, we're just gonna shotgun this. You know, you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. Is this what you told me about?
Huh?
Is this what you told me about the other day? The surprise.
No.
I don't believe you.
Later.
All right. Bring it on.
Sunny day or rainy day?
Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm just at home, like not doing shit, rainy day all the way.
Okay.
Okay. Is this some kind of fucking personality quiz where I'm gonna find out what Power Ranger I am?
Shut up. Apple pie or baked beans?
Apple pie, all the way.
What kind of question is apple pie?
Yeah, that's a
Right?
weird one.
I'm working here.
Okay, work.
All right.
Slay,
All right.
queen.
The ocean or a square?
Ocean?
You don't like the ocean.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I'm fucking
Triangle?
lost. What?
Triangle or circle?
Triangle. I like the pointy bits.
Okay. So, I had nothing. I was just drawing the sun. That's all, folks.
That's the third episode. That's another episode on the books. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, we didn't even introduce ourselves. I'm Chris. That's Artie. We're
I'm
idiots.
Brown.
End of the podcast.
Hey, when can they check you out?
Yeah, this will be live on Fridays. We usually record on Wednesdays, edit Thursdays, go live on Fridays. So, follow the social medias. I'll put those somewhere on here. We'll put all that up there so you can see all that. Yeah. Bye, guys. See you next week.